Hey, Dirt Farmer Jay here from dirtfarmerjay.com. It's been a year since we got this cordless pole saw from DeWalt. Well, how's it held up? Is it doing what we want it to? And are there anything that bug us? Stay tuned and I'll let you in on the secrets. Hey, Dirt Farmer Jay here from dirtfarmerjay.com. It's been a year since we bought this model, which is called a DCPS620 8-inch pole chainsaw. We added to our whole set of tools from DeWalt because we're married to them through the battery system. You know how that goes, whether you have DeWalt or another brand. But we decided to give this a try. We gave you some initial impressions back a year ago. And let me give you where we felt this is all landed and what we like and what we don't like about the saw. Well, first of all, the saw does a pretty doggone good job. It has a good run life. It's fairly well balanced. It gives you quite a reach up. From time to time, it'll bind a little bit, but that's going to happen with any saw up high. We found that the head is a little bit heavy compared down here to the control end. However, that actually works in your favor when you've got that up against a branch. The weight of the head allows you to let the tool do more work without you having to pull it into the cut. You'll notice right here that this is a little bit of a fulcrum that allows you to be up in the tree and to protect the front of the motor and the oil reservoir and all that. Works really well. The chain itself is pretty durable. And it's easy to adjust. I'll show you that in just a few moments. But something we really don't like about this, and it holds true on the DeWalt chainsaw as well. If you see right there is the lid for the bar and chain oil that keeps this lubricated. Well, the problem is that is a drip system. So this thing drools oil all the time. Now, one of the things I did to really slow that down is store it upside down. And that helps quite a bit, putting it in a pan or drip pan, some kind of catchment for that, but it's still really messy. And if you leave it like this full of oil, you're going to have a pool of oil under it. So I think that could have been better designed. But I don't know the economics of what it would take to do some kind of pump system that metered it out. I'm just saying that I don't like the end results. It is really messy. That's one thing that I don't like on it. The other, and I mentioned this in the first review, and it's turned out to be an irritant as well. Not enough that I wouldn't do the saw again, but I'd like the tool to feel tight, well put together, that it's not wobbly. And this coupling that's right here that is used to put the two halves together can be, when you screw it back together, it never quite, you see that flex? It bends. Even though I've tightened it all the way, there it is, it still bends and flexes. Does the tool work? Yeah, I just don't like how it feels. It ought to feel tight, and that when you push on it, the top is not giving like that. So I think you could do a much better job on this. Maybe some kind of lever latch, maybe something with a longer insert, something, but this is not up to the standard that I would expect for a tool like this. So that's a downer, but again, not enough to disqualify. It's just more an irritant than anything else. As far as use of the tool itself, this works ergonomically. It works really well. When your hand's sideways, you get pretty used to very quickly the safety. That right there will not let the trigger go down unless you push that down. And this really isn't the trigger. This is the safety. If I lowered the safety and pulled the trigger, then the saw would run. If that's up, that trigger's not going to go. So that's a nice safety feature because you could do a lot of damage with this end really quickly. Now, as far as sharpening the saw itself, this is really easy to put into my standard bench vise and just kind of count the teeth. And what this takes is a 5/32 or 4mm round file. And I just get mine at Tractor Supply. You can get them for DeWalt, probably at your big box store. But these are really handy, and I do the same amount of strokes in line with the way the pitch is on each alternating tooth. And you can sharpen one of these saws probably in under 5 minutes. So this is how I do that. Now, something that's really nice that they did include is an onboard tool system. So the saw comes with this scabbard that goes right on here to keep that protected out of the dirt, keep you safe also. But you'll notice right there, there's an onboard tool hex key that's on this end with a straight blade on the other. So when you pull that, I'll bring it up, now you've got this tool that you can use. Well, where that tool fits is I'm going to spin this around right there. That goes into those two fasteners right there. And when you loosen that, this loosens the blade. And then at the end of on the other side, there's an adjustment right here using the straight blade that you can tighten or loosen this. So as a chainsaw is used, the links will start to loosen up, and you don't want this hanging loose on there. You don't want it super tight either, but that's probably about good right there. You see a little bit of flex there, like that, but you wouldn't let it hanging on there. So that's how that's taken up. Now, when the time finally comes for you to replace this, you can't sharpen it anymore, perhaps you damaged it, ran it too much in the dirt maybe, something like that, hit a rock with it, and it's time to replace them, then replacement kits like this are readily available. You can buy them online. I'll put a link down in the description below where you get this and the price point at the time that we publish this video. So overall, a year out, would I do it again? Yes. There's a couple irritants. Are they enough to disqualify the saw and make me regret I bought it? No. I think it does a good job around here, and it really helps me to reach some things that I otherwise could not reach, to take care of higher branches and trimming jobs that would literally be beyond my reach if I did not have this saw. So, thumbs up overall. While this does a fantastic job for those bigger diameter branches and higher up, if you've got a lot of pruning down low for medium-sized branches, check out this product that DeWalt put out that we did an episode on. It's a cordless power pruner, and it is a workhorse. I'll walk you through it. Take a look over there. We think you'll like what you see. Until the next time, this is Dirt Farmer Jay from DirtFarmerJ.com.